Hello viewers, my name is Mokoma Gabriel and today is Farmers Field Day here in Voi Sub-County, Taita Taveta County, and as you can see I'm sitting with an officer from KALRO where we shall be dissecting matters KALRO here in our communities in Voi Sub-County. A very good morning to you. How are you? Welcome. Yeah, can you tell us your name and the objectives of KALRO?
My name is Brian Ogilo. I'm a research scientist at the Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization, KALRO, based at the Arid and Rangeland Research Institute in Kiboko. Basically, KALRO is an agricultural and livestock research organization where we deal with technologies involving issues from crop production to animal breeding, animal production, and managing the farmlands in Kenya. Here today we are on a field day that has been partially organized by the County of Taita Taveta, SNV, which is a Dutch development organization, and KALRO. And the main purpose of the field day today is to promote different types of forages that are used for livestock production in Taita Taveta. As we know, Taita Taveta is a county which is mostly a dry county, whereby most of the areas they receive very little rainfall. So our main focus in Taita Taveta is to enable the farmers to grow the types of crops and pastures that are well adapted to these areas. And today here we have a field day to showcase some of those crops that the farmers can use in terms of their producing feed for their livestock, so that they can enhance livestock productivity, milk production, and meat production in the county.
All right, thank you very much. You've said a lot concerning KALRO, and one may ask, why here? Why Mbololo Mkochuni and not Kirutai? Why not Tausa or Ndome? Why here?
Okay, it's not that the county. First of all, I would like to say that the project that we are currently undertaking between the SNV and KALRO, it's a project called Integrated Climate Smart Innovations for Agro-Pastoralist Economies and Landscape in the ASALT. So because of the expansive nature of the ASALT, the project is not only in Taita Taveta. So it's not possible to do a project in every county and in every point of the county. So at times you need to start off with certain areas, and it happened that going with the help of the county officials, the county director, and the county livestock officers, we were able to identify certain areas that would start with. But our aim is that in future, whatever is promoted here can be expanded to the other areas of Taita Taveta, and not even Taita Taveta, but even the ASALs that are of similar environment as Taita Taveta.
All right, as Taita Taveta County, so what is your partnership with? How is your partnership with the county government of Taita Taveta?
Actually, the partnership with the county Taita Taveta is a key factor that has enabled such projects to succeed in this county, because before when the project began, we involved the county, and right from the onset, they are the ones who are able to guide us on which areas to focus on and which areas that we should go. And even as we continue doing our work within the project, we involve them in all levels. When you come to the field, when you are doing the training with the farmers, when you are holding field days like the ones we are holding today, we involve them fully. And that is because we know that projects are based in the county, and one way of making them more sustainable is to ensure that they're incorporated within the development agenda of the county.
All right, thank you very much. And which types of crops are doing well here in this region? in your research?
Okay, in as far as pasture production is concerned, we concentrate on crops that are more drought tolerant. Yeah, as I said before, that this county is a county that is basically deficit in terms of rainfall. So in terms of pastures, we have two types. We have the pastures which are basically grasses, and the others which are leguminous plants. The grasses are mainly to provide the livestock feed the portion which is mainly carbohydrates or energy source, while the legumes, they provide the proteinous source for the livestock feed, so that when you have the mix of the two, you have a better diet, a better quality diet for your livestock feed. So the pasture species that we for example, the grasses, we have our local range grasses. One of them, we call them horsetail. We have another one that we call foxtail. And then we have another one that we call bushrice. And on the leguminous crops, we have a variety of cowpea that is used for livestock production. We have another variety of dolichos that is used for pasture production. And then in terms of silage production, there are two very key crops. One of them is a millet called Nutrifeed, and then there's a sorghum called sugar grass, which are good for silage production.
All right, and as you can see, some of the grasses here have not done well. What do you think is the problem?
Yeah, as I said before, the real problem is the rainfall. As you can see that the season that has passed, the rainfall was not so good. It was a bit erratic. It came and then it stopped. But if you look around, you'll find that even if the crops seem not to have done very well, but compared to the adjacent areas, there's no much in terms of pasture vegetation as such. So it's only that the rainfall has failed, but these crops are still more drought tolerant than other crops that we would have brought in.
All right, thank you very much for that. And last but not least, one will ask, what remedies are you keeping for sustainable?
Okay, as sustainability, one of the key things is that, first of all, I say that when we introduce new technologies to the farmers, since we realize that most of our farmers they depend on rainfall, and rainfall is mainly affected by climate. So the first thing is that whatever technology that we introduce, we try as much as possible to make sure that they are in tandem with the type of climate that is there, so that the farmer may not have a lot of input in terms of even looking for water or irrigation, but can depend on the rainfall. Secondly, in terms of sustainability, when we are coming into the farms, we like to involve groups that are already organized, who have a system whereby and have an interest in pasture production and livestock production, so that whatever we bring as a technology is not something that is alien to them, but will be in tandem with their objectives. Another issue that we also encourage in terms of sustainability is that we involve the county government, because most of the development agenda comes from the county, and in as much as possible we try to include, or we try to lobby so that the county include this development agenda of pasture production and livestock keeping within their development plan, so that it can be sustained even financially, even as the project lives.
All right, thank you very much. And on that, we have seen members of the community camping here to witness this field day event. What can you say is the benefit of this day? What will they benefit after leaving this place today?
Well, we hope that first of all, the people who will come to this field day will be able to gain knowledge, not on the types of fodder and pasture species that probably they were not aware of, but they could also grow in their farms to increase livestock productivity. That's in terms of feed, because we realize that in Taita Taveta there's feed deficit. The feed deficit in Taita Taveta is almost about 60%. We find that during the year there's a feed deficit of about 60%. And if we can take up these technologies of growing our own feed, we can try and bridge that gap of feed deficit in the county. And in that, we can also reduce the cost that comes about because of feed. We realize that feed alone accounts for about 70% of in production of livestock. But if people can get their own feed in their own farm, they can reduce that cost of feed to about 50% or even 40%, which will enhance the profitability of the enterprise.
Thank you very much. And to our interest of time, your last remarks, your advice to the farmers of this community.
Well, my advice to the farmers in Taita Taveta County is, first of all, that we as KALRO and the county government and SNV and even the other development partners, we have a lot of technology that we can help them, especially that whereby we use crops and animals that are more adapted to this environment. So we'd encourage them to knock on our doors so that they can get that information and they use it to improve their livelihood.
The end of our show today with an officer from KALRO. It's our hope that you have learned a lot. My name is Mokoma Gabriel. Do have a fruitful day. Thank you.